welcome to episode 23 of the Igloo. I'm Nick. Hello. If you're new here, welcome. If you're old, welcome back. Um, it's the Igloo. It's my little shit show I do here. Um, I want to say this is technically a special episode because I actually have a lot to talk about for once. Some episodes I've been having trouble talking about some stuff due to the fact that things have just been slow, honestly. And the things I want to talk about, I probably shouldn't. So I've chosen not to. But this week I actually got a lot to talk about because there's a lot going on in the world right now. There's a lot going on in my life, and there's a lot of gaming news. So I have a lot to talk about. But let's get started with something simple as the working class. That's what I wrote down as my notes. I literally just wrote down the working class citizen. But if you don't understand what that is, I'm employed now, or I'm going to be. Um, I officially start my job on the 8th. I'm not gonna talk about what it is because honestly I just don't want to. But yeah, working class citizen stuff. It's pretty cool. I'm excited. And yeah. That's the big news, but I can't really go into it. I was trying to honestly think about how I would go into it, but I don't want to because I want to keep that's my private life. So I don't want to talk about it on here. But that would be cool to talk about, saying that I am a working class citizen. I guess if I had to talk a little bit about it, it would kind of just start and end with yes, I am employed now, but Igloo and everything's still gonna be the same. Nothing's changing there. Um, if anything, the only thing that is going to be changing is something I've talked about before. I want to start uploading these to the other channels soon. So I'm gonna start downloading these because it's gonna take a while to upload them all. So I'm gonna figure out how I'm actually gonna like talk to some people, figure out what I'm gonna do, and because I don't know yet what I'm gonna do with the Igloo in terms of like moving into other channel because that's kind of hard. There's 23 episodes because this one's 23. Um, I don't really know how I'm gonna move them all yet in a efficient manner. I don't know if I'm gonna like upload them all in one day and then like like make them available to the public or slowly start downloading them and uploading it to the other channel and then going from there. But I haven't decided yet because I honestly just don't know what to do yet. It's a bit of a change that I haven't really thought too much about how to approach. So I'm gonna have to look into that because there could be a way to maybe like upload other videos to another channel, especially if they share the same email. But I honestly don't know, and I'm gonna have to look into that because it's something I want to do. It's something I want to do for a while now, especially. It's moving the Igloo is a big change that I've wanted to do because I want to start uploading stuff to this channel again. It's gonna be a bit harder now, saying that employed and everything, but I still want to, and I'm not gonna give up because I've been talking about wanting to upload it. And I've been editing. I have a video almost ready. Funny enough, it's about Power World. It's just that it's not as easy to upload stuff like that. Saying that I like to put a lot of effort into it. But anyway, I don't want to go too much about this. But yeah. Simple thing to put is I'm employed. Igloo's gonna be moving to the other channel soon. Eventually, when I get that down, but at least for now, it's still gonna be here. Don't worry. And I still want to work on my normal videos, so just give me some time, honestly, and I'll be there. I have to juggle two things now, technically, compared to before. It was easier with school, funny enough, but honestly, I didn't take advantage of the opportunity. But we'll figure it out. I'm not worried. If anything, I'm confident. But yeah, Igloo, all that. Let's get back to the topics because I got distracted and kind of like sidetracked a little, but whatever. Suicide Squad. That's a game that just came out. You may have seen the movie. The original one sucked. If you ever seen the second movie, that movie's great. But the big important thing about all this is the game came out recently, and I was kind of excited for this game from the start, but I became very skeptical purely for the fact that honestly the game doesn't look too good. From what I've seen on the game, it doesn't look good. The story seems very mid, very mid, and like I like predictable stories. My problem isn't that it's a predictable story. Cause I'm gonna spoil it here for anyone that doesn't want to be spoiled. Leave now. I know practically everything about this game from just watching people play it, and I'm gonna tell you right off the bat, it's not worth buying in my personal opinion. From what I've looked into, I'm not gonna buy it. I don't think it's worth it. I've been skeptical at this game for a while now, particularly because Honestly, it's another looter shooter gun game, and those haven't been the best lately. I love Destiny. That game's not in the best spot. Um, I I wanted the Marvel game to be good. Like the Marvel game. That game sucked, which is why I didn't buy it either. That game's fully dead now because it sucked. Um, yeah, that's kind of that. But the big takeaway from this was Batman. I am a huge fan of the Batman games. I don't even like Batman. I've talked about this before that I'm not the biggest fan of like DC and everything like that. I think Batman is a flawed character that I personally just do not like. But honestly, I really do enjoy him in the games. In the games, it's like he's a whole different person. The guy is just very well written, and I enjoy it quite a lot. I mostly like the Batman games, honestly, because the way you just beat the shit out of people in those games is fucking fun. Like, the fighting in those games are great. I love the Batman games purely for the combat. But, and I knew this game wasn't going to be a Batman game. So I'm not getting mad because the game I thought would be something wasn't something. Because I never said it was gonna be. And, yeah, I never really cared for it. It isn't, I never was, I wasn't expecting that. I just was excited because it's the same studio. And I went, oh shit, those guys make great games. And it's these are the guys that basically, for context, I was assuming, I don't know if this game is on the same engine as the Batman games, but if you didn't know, the Batman games were made on the same engine the Spider-Man games are on, but the Spider-Man version is an improved version of that engine. And that's really cool because, that engine's amazing. That engine makes an amazing game. But, yeah. I don't know. I guess I'll go into more detail now because I want to talk about this a little bit more because there's a lot of dumbasses out there that are really pissing me off because, people think that like, oh, just because something you didn't like happened doesn't make it a bad game. You're right. It doesn't make it a bad game. Everything else that the game did is what makes it a bad game. So let's start with what makes this game a bad game real quick. Because to start off with it, first of all, it's a looter shooter game and it's not done very well. I've seen the combat. It looks very dumb. I don't really care for it. It's supposed to be a serious game. We're killing the fucking Justice League. And if anything, if they had any respect towards the Batman that we played as, and I know the guy who played the Batman guy, he died. That was the recent thing. He died recently. Very sad to hear. Guy was great. I love them in like the role. But I didn't know the guy personally, so I don't care for him on an emotional level. I cared for his character. And saying that this was his character, I was excited to see more of him. Saying that this is like, it doesn't matter if it's the actor, it's the character. And I was hoping for like that good writing they had for that character that was in the Batman games. That good writing is not in this game, let me tell you. This character is dog shit. This character this is bad. This Batman's weird and goofy. It's like a goofy. I feel like everything in this game's goofy from what I've seen. He does like the evil goofy laugh that villains do, like the moo ha 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 type shit. And it's like, why are you like doing that? Like I get he's evil and being controlled by Brainiac, but just because you're evil doesn't mean that you're goofy. He's goofy. Like if you understand what I'm saying, like let's say I like the game. Like, yeah, let's say I liked the game. Let's say I liked the combat, I liked the story, I liked everything. But I didn't like what they did with Batman. Because I don't want this to look like, oh, I'm shitting on the game because I don't like what they did with it. No, I still wouldn't like what they did with Batman no matter what. And I hadn't even gotten to the bad part about it yet. The part that, like, that's really pissing people off. I've gotten to, like, the small stuff still. All the small stuff, this is subjective so far. I would say everything I've spoken about so far is purely subjective. And, like, you can have your own opinion. And, like, you could like the game. It's really that simple. No one has to like it just because, like, no one has to hate it just because I hate it. But that's the thing. This game sucks for one other reason, or for a couple other reasons. The boss fights are kind of mid. I will always say this from the start that I can't believe I agreed with IGN. From what I saw about that boss fight, I watched every boss fight from multiple people playing it. It looks so mid. It is such a mid boss fight. And I'm talking about the Flash one, because that's the one they got backlash for. That boss fight is so mid. It is actually fucking garbage. And I say it's garbage as in, it's bad because, so look at it like this. The Flash is supposed to be our speedy boy. No one, everyone wants him to be fast. That's how, that's what makes him the Flash. He is the fastest man alive. That's how the Flash works. My problem is why is the Flash, like, this is the thing I don't get. Why is the Flash's boss fight so mid? in terms of, excuse me, I burped. He basically just runs around, right? And then occasionally just stands still so you can shoot him. That's it. There isn't really any real mechanics. Occasionally he does some other shit that you can see. If you, like, literally look up any playthrough on YouTube, support some other creators out there. Give them the support they deserve for people who are playing it. The brave souls that are spending the money on this. And, just look at the boss fight. It's just very mid. It feels like a shitty strike boss from Destiny. Like, it feels like, it literally feels like that. Like, you know, like, the big complaint about old boss fights in Destiny is that they didn't move that much? That's what this boss fight kind of feels like, but the opposite. He moves so much to then just not move. It's like, what the fuck is he doing? And it's not like, that's the thing too. It's not like you're doing anything to make him stop moving. He kind of just stops occasionally. That's how this thing is going. Like, he's basically just occasionally choosing to, like, move. And it's like, what the fuck? Why is he, like, occasionally choosing to do shit and then not choosing to do shit? It's weird. Like, just watch the video before, so you understand what I'm talking about, because, goddamn, it is bad. And then the other big thing, even the Superman boss fight. The Superman boss fight is so shit. The way you defeat him, the way he just goes, like, the way he gets, like, that, like, weird, goofy, like, I don't know, like, Skylander's death animation, where it's like, ooh, and then he just falls backwards on the floor. Like, what the fuck is that? The guy literally just, like, gets destroyed. Like, all kinds of destroyed. Like, the way you fight him's kind of goofy, too. I kind of like the way you fight him. You fight him with gold kryptonite, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I think it's gold kryptonite. They don't use regular kryptonite. And it's pretty interesting, I'll be honest with you. I like that. I liked how they actually gave him... Well, the Superman boss fight may be mid. I say mid, but horrible, really. Like, just like the other boss fights are. It's not just him. It doesn't help that the Superman boss fight is... Like, it isn't just that it's mid because of that. There are many other reasons why it's mid. And one of the big reasons is it's just fucking weird. Like, just watch these boss fights and you'll understand it. If you're ever played a game in your life, you will understand why this boss fight is just so fucking strange. Like, it's just so much weird shit going on. I don't understand. Like, it's... I don't know how to explain it. I think someone else that has played it is better to explain it. Watch a reviewer. Because I'm not a reviewer. I'm just watching it and, like, you know... I guess my point is... You can watch something and go, that doesn't look right, just from watching it. People do it all the time, and, you know, just because you don't own it doesn't mean you can't give an opinion. Like, it looks weird, it doesn't look fun. That's my big point. But, you know, obviously, like, if you want, play it for yourself. I'm not going to tell you not to play it. But, you know, I'm going to give you my personal opinion and tell you, this game looks like shit. I will be completely honest with you, it looks like shit. But I guess beyond that, the big thing is they killed Batman. And yes, I know they're going to kill Batman. No one's mad that Batman died. People are mad about the way he died. And you would also think, so I know the big thing that, like, I've been seeing, like, people upload TikTok videos and making fun of TikTok people, because TikTok people have, like, every disease in the book, like, when it comes to their opinions. Like, they have, like, the dumbest fucking opinions, and I don't understand it. Like, first of all, yeah, we knew he was going to die. The game is called, Kill the Justice League. Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. Like, good for you. You read the title. Like, who helped you with that? Like, did the teacher's assistant help you? It's not the fact that they killed him. We knew he was gonna die. That makes sense. The problem is that when they killed him, it was disrespectful. And people have been saying this too about how, like, oh, of course it was gonna be... Of course, like, the bad guys were gonna kill him disrespectfully. Yeah, we knew the bad guys were gonna kill him disrespectfully. That's not the problem. Like, not that they killed him disrespectfully, I guess, but the bad guys were gonna do it. They didn't, like, just because the bad guys killed him doesn't mean that they had to do it disrespectfully. And I don't mean, like, oh, they're gonna turn over a leaf and be like, you proud soldier, and knight him to death. But, no, I'm talking about, like, they could have killed him and gave him, like, an honorable death or some shit. Just, like, there is writing things that you could just do that would fix something like that. Like, look at, like, Joel from The Last of Us 2. When they killed Joel... Everyone was pissed about that. People were still pissed about that. I'm still pissed about that, if I'm being honest with you. I didn't like the way Joel died. I thought it was very, very strange and happened, like, honestly, the worst way they could have did it. And people have talked about many ways they could have wrote that better. People aren't mad that this character is dead. People are mad about the way they killed them. Like, it doesn't matter if the Suicide Squad killed them. I don't give a shit that Harley Quinn was the one that shot him in the head, because Harley Quinn's the one who shot him in the head. My problem is the disrespect the writers did towards him. They put him on a fucking bench and then just kill him like a fucking crackhead. It's like the police when a fucking crackhead, like, what do you call it? When they find the random crackhead on the street and they're like, oh god, he's gonna die, and they just lay him out to die. Like, no, this is the Batman we've played, like, over a decade of the games with, from the same company. Like, can we get, like, at least something, like, reasonably respectful towards him? Like, I don't know, maybe he turns back to... I'm not a writer, so, like, don't look at my thing as, like, the answer. But look at it like this. Batman is gonna die. We knew this. Give him at least something respectful, such as they beat him in his boss fight, and they somehow break him out of Brainiac's control. Or maybe Batman breaks out of Brainiac's control, saying that, he's Batman, he kind of does crazy shit like that. Surprisingly, that would make sense, because that's just what Batman does. He just does the shit not a normal person would do. That's just how he is. He's Batman. I don't even like Batman like that. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of Batman. I don't care about Batman too much. I'm not, like, Batman's fucking ride or die right here. I think Batman is only good in those games, and outside of those games, he sucks. I will say that with a straight face. He sucks outside of his own games. That's just me, though. And then, what else is there? So basically, they basically could have did it differently. It's not the fact that the characters that killed him. It's just the way they wrote it. It's such a disrespectful death. I don't even know how to explain it. There's better people who have explained it. Let them do it. I'm not the guy for it. Let's go to the next topic. So I'll be on this all day. But basically, if anything, if I had to give a review, I love the way the Flash is portrayed in this as a villain. The evil Flash is really cool. I enjoyed it quite a lot. Same guy who played Heimdall in God of War. That was great. Obviously Batman. He's the Batman guy. He's great outside of, like, the goofy villain shit. He's, like, when they show him in the background just staring at you from the buildings, and, like, it's supposed to be, like, fucking creepy and shit. I actually did like that. From what I've seen about it, it looks actually intimidating. It's cool. I liked it. It was generally very, very nice, and I enjoyed it. But yeah, let's go to the next topic, so I'll be here all day. Social media stuff mad. That's what I wrote down. And this is also a pretty big topic, because there's a lot going on right now with social media. To my knowledge right now, I believe, from what I've seen, apparently not the Supreme Court, like, there's basically, like, all social media is in, like, court for whatever reason. I don't know what the fuck happened, but apparently something went down, and everyone's in court for it right now, including TikTok to Discord. And it's like, okay, what the fuck, what happened? Like, yeah, I get that, I get that, whatchamacallit, there's, I don't fucking know. There's a lot of shit going on, apparently, because Discord's apparently in trouble, which, honestly, good. Fuck Discord, I hate Discord. They're really annoying. I only use Discord because it's the only good website that lets you do shit like this. Like, talk. Like, with your friends. If there was a better one, believe me, I'd be on it, but Discord's the only one, unfortunately. But yeah, I guess the other thing is, there's just so much shit going on. It's like there's the court case thing going on right now with fucking TikTok or whatever. So they're in court because of reasons. There's also another thing I guess going on with TikTok that I've heard, which is basically they don't have the rights to the music that they've had for years now. So basically, if you were like, I don't know, like a TikTok creator and you like have music and like you put them in your videos, like the licensed music they had, because you could put like people put like 3-minute songs like in their videos. It's fucking insane because you can't do that on anything else but TikTok. Like, what do you call it? YouTube don't let you do that. You can't do nothing. They have a bunch of licensed songs from like big celebrities too. Like these aren't like small boys. These are big boys. And yeah, it's interesting because they apparently lost that because they didn't renew their contract, or the people who were they did their contract with didn't want to renew their contract for whatever reason. So that's kind of fucked. I don't know all the details about it, but it's sad, I guess, for them because well, I may not like TikTok and I don't like using it at all because I don't want to use it. I don't like it. I like long form content. That's just how I am. Basically the big bad about all this is you're limiting creators now. You shouldn't limit creators. I've always had that thing about I don't like how creators are getting limited, even if it is on TikTok. I don't like people shouldn't be limited. They should be allowed to be creative in any way that they can. That shouldn't be a thing that people are losing because of like other people. Like I already like it's weird. There's also the thing going on in Florida right now that a lot of Florida people are mad. If you're 16 or under right now, you do not have access to social media, which to my knowledge that extends to TikTok, Discord. Actually, I don't know about Discord. I don't think it's Discord. I believe it's just TikTok, Twitter, things like that. Basically, things. I look at, I guess, look at Instagram as an example. That's anything like that. That's what's not allowed, and that's what's allowed right now. Assuming that's the best way to put it. But yeah, so that's weird. There's a lot of weird shit going on. I actually kind of think that's a good thing, personally. I think there's a lot of weirdos who are just on that shit. People are too young. People are getting, like, illegal activity happening to them, like pedophiles and shit like that. Because, like, they're on websites they shouldn't be on. And, like, other shit like that. It's like they're on websites they shouldn't be on. There's people who are just can't be trusted. And, like, people who are too young that aren't mature enough to be on websites. Some people are, some people aren't. But not everyone should be on every website. Specifically, let's get all the fucking morons off Twitter, all the 16-year-olds that are, like, on there posting all their bullshit that are, like, defending as fact. We don't need that. TikTok, probably, there should be some shit. Because, like, I believe that is going on, especially because of, like, the thing right now with the 16-year-olds. Or, yeah, if you're not 16, you can't use shit, like, for shit like that. Whatever the fuck it is. But, yeah, I actually like that because, I say that purely for the fact that there's so many idiots who just say whatever the fuck they want wherever they go. Like, I never say what I say as fact. And you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't say, like, you should never project anything as a fact. Because, like, unless you're sure about it. Like, do your research. And a lot of people on, like, TikTok and shit like that. Like, it's like Facebook. How, like, Facebook mobs believe everything anyone says on Facebook. But it's not true. And, yeah, that's the problem. And I think this is actually going to fix some of those problems with people who are just spreading false information and, like, probably shouldn't be where they are. Like, particularly, like, the people who are, like, being with grown-ass men, even though they're, like, kids. It's like, nah, fucking... This is a good thing. But I do think, if anything, I know, like, when I was talking about this with my mother, funny enough, because I brought it up to her, even she said, I think, like, 13 should be fine. You got people who are going to be, like, in their, like 16. Like, you're in high school at 16. That's, like, what? Junior year? Something like that. Who aren't going to be allowed to use shit like that? Like, come on. I'm speaking for myself, at least, that I was using Twitter and shit like that when I was in high school. All that. Like, people are going to be able to... That's so wild. They're going to be, like, 17. If you're 17, some people are going to be in their senior years of high school and shit like that. That's, like, that's nuts. I'm not, like, I don't want people, like, the uneducated to be using shit. But, I get why. And also, people are just gonna do what people have been doing for, like, I say hundreds of years, but people are gonna be doing what they've been doing for, like, years now, which is basically just, they're gonna use their parents' age and make a Twitter account, or they're gonna do some other shit that's like, oh, I'm this year old, or whatever. And they're gonna lie about their age, basically, so, at least do it, because, like, when you're 13, you're gonna know how to do that. I'm real. I was doing that shit when I was fucking, what do you call it? When I was 13. I was making my accounts, like YouTube. YouTube in particular, that's a good example that I'm thinking of. That YouTube, to make an account, you need to be said years old. And I'm pretty sure, funny enough, one of my old YouTube accounts that I had, one of my older ones that I used to make videos on, funny enough, before this one, was like that. I don't have that account anymore. It was wrong, and I deleted it. Because it just wasn't right. I think actually my mother I used for that. Like, my mother's thing. She made that account for me. And that's because it used her email and everything. So if anything, I didn't do no wrong there. But, that's just how it is. Because I'm pretty sure your parents can make you an account for that, or whatever. I'm 20 years old now. I'm not gonna fucking worry about that no more. I am more than old enough to make a YouTube and Twitter. This shit doesn't affect me, let me tell you. Only way it affects me is that the little dweebs are no longer gonna be annoying. Because they're not gonna be able to share their opinions. But yeah, I got distracted there for a second. There's a lot going on. There's particularly shit going on with Texas right now. This is like the big world update I guess we're doing right now. It was supposed to be about the internet, but like there's shit going on with Texas right now that Texas maybe having like a civil war or some shit people are talking about that it's possible. I doubt it. Let me tell you right now. I 100% doubt it. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I strongly don't believe that we're gonna go into a civil war. It's just not happening. I believe Texas has tried this before, funny enough, and it just didn't work out, so if anything, history's just gonna repeat itself again, and we're not gonna have a civil war or nothing like that. But if it did, I don't think they're gonna win. If I'm being completely honest with you, I don't think they're gonna win. It's Texas. I don't think Texas has an army bigger than the fucking entire United States Army. God damn, with only my ability charge, I could have survived that. But yeah, it's kind of crazy because, like, Texas has got all this shit going on. For context, basically, from what I understand, Texas went to court, the Supreme Court, about border laws. I'm not gonna get on my opinions about border laws because that's a whole fucking crazy can of worms. I don't want to get involved with. Let me tell you, it is not a fun thing to get involved with. That gets crazy. It gets crazy quick too. People got like weird ass opinions with that shit. That and I don't mean weird as in like, oh yeah, your opinion's bad. I mean that as in like, people don't even think about what they're saying before they say it. So I'm not gonna bother. I don't got my thoughts collected for that. I just want to talk about the fact that, like, the Civil War and everything, because that's a big thing right now that people are kind of going crazy about because they're like, oh my god, Texas is doing it again, because apparently this isn't the first time they've done this. Apparently Texas wants to, like, become their own country, which isn't that has also happened before once too. So this is also not a new thing. Funny enough, if anything, it's a goofy thing because Texas as a country is kind of wild. That's such an interesting thing. Also, and funny enough, legally they can do it. Yeah, I don't know if you know this, but legally Texas could do that. People have tried it before in the past. I believe other countries, or not other countries, other states have tried this before. It doesn't, happen because, I don't think we would let that happen, especially like the United States as a whole would not let that happen. Other countries that have tried letting that happen, it usually leads to war or, like, an agreement of some kind that like, takes like down, like, I don't know, hundreds of years to figure out, multiple arguments, big fucking meetings, all kinds of crazy shit. But yeah, most people just it just doesn't happen. That's a rare thing that's gonna happen. The fuck. But yeah, it's not a thing that just happens like that. That is a pretty rare thing to see. If a country is gonna fucking try that, that's not common. Um, I don't know too either. That's the home of Hank Hill right there. That's the home of Sheldon Cooper. Like, Sheldon, that's the home of Sheldon Cooper right there. They're gonna have like fucking they're gonna have crazy scientists. Obviously, I'm joking. I know Sheldon isn't real, but they have some crazy forces to go up against the United States. If they're up against Sheldon Cooper, there's a lot of fucking powerful souls that will be put up against the government if they did that. You really want to have a 1v1 with Sheldon, the smartest nerd alive? He'll tap into the Speed Force somehow. It's such a dumbass thing to say. But yeah, there's crazy shit like that going on right now in the world. Let's go to the next topic. Um, Next topic is Until Dawn. This is what I've wanted to talk about for a little bit now, purely for the fact that Until Dawn is an amazing fucking game. I love Until Dawn. It is amazing. Really good horror game that I played a long time ago. Never really beat it myself, funny enough. I watched more YouTubers beat it, and I watched my friends beat it, like, in calls on PlayStation. But it's nuts. It's a good game. It is a really good game that I personally enjoy quite a lot. And I'm excited to play the remake because I will be getting it, most likely, at least. I'll probably get the remake. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know. For all I know, I won't wanna, but I think I will. I'm pretty excited for this game. Um, what else is there? Let's go. We won. Um, but yeah, Until Dawn looks amazing, especially like graphically. You gotta look at this. If you haven't watched the trailer, this got announced yesterday. Obviously, like, when I upload these, excuse me, I burped again. I should have given the date out, but it's February 1st. It's the first of the month. Um, and yeah, it's crazy. It looks really good. I'm personally very excited for it. I think that I honestly don't know what I honestly don't know what to think. I'm just excited. It looks really good. Um, I'm not really sure yet. Also, I didn't know there were penguins in this map. This makes me really happy. Um, but yeah, I don't really have much to talk about that. I'm just, fuck, I'm excited, man. It looks good. It looks really good. Um, there was like one shot. They haven't even showed the Wendigos yet. That's the thing that's making me so excited about this. I saw, like, I forget the crazy guy's name in Until Dawn. He wears the mask and shit. Like, that's what you think is the crazy thing going on when the game starts. But then it turns out that he's just there, and the Wendigos are like the real threat. And it's like, holy shit, what a twist. A real blunder, if you will. And yeah, I'm excited. It looks cool. It looks so fucking cool. Um, I don't like I if the characters like the regular humans look this cool, imagine what the Wendigos are gonna look like. The monsters and the Wendigos look cool, like in the base game, like the base like the original base game, no remaster. It looks amazing. And yeah, I got really distracted there. This fucking ball Hammond guy was going crazy. But yeah, I'm super excited. I really want to like play it. I really want. I just want to play it. Like I'll gladly pay the money for this game. It's especially because it's gonna be the same game, so it's not like I'm gonna get a different experience or something. That's like what do you call it? An experience that like I that's gonna suck. That possibly sucks. It's a remake. I can only imagine that they don't fuck it up somehow. If they did, I'd be surprised. Because what? How the fuck you gonna fuck that up? If I'm being completely honest with you, that would be more impressive. If that would be impressive if they fucked up the remake that bad, that I have to question how the fuck they could fuck it up. This is a very safe game to remake. Very safe game to remake. That I would generally be surprised about if it did fuck up somehow. It'd be impressive. What was I gonna say though? No, I guess that's it. I'm honestly just excited for it, and I hope that it's good because I'm excited for it, and I think it will be good. Yeah, let's go to the next topic. This topic's been something I've been like dreading to talk about, dreading to play. Because like, as you say right now, I'm playing Overwatch. Um, I've been excited to play Overwatch because, yeah, I know it's in a horrible fucking spot right now, particularly because the game is just, in a bit of a rough spot. I think gameplay wise, it's fine. It's fine. I'm okay with the balancing. I think the balancing is just fine. I got no real complaints about the balancing. I think Doomfist needs a little bit of a buff, and he's getting that buff next season technically, but with all the other buffs going along with other people, I doubt it's going to make a difference, but at least for the most part, I'm excited for what Doomfist is going to be getting, and the future of Overwatch. They just announced their esports is coming back. That's pretty cool. I don't know what really that's going to do, because I'm not really the biggest fan of esports. I only keep up with the Overwatch esports, really, because, honestly, it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. It's been a thing for a long time. It had one of the best esports at one point, I would say. An enjoyable one, too. Like, enjoyable the one to watch. But, as time has gone on, it hasn't been the best. Especially because, they canceled the whole thing because of Overwatch 2's horrible launch. Cancellation of PvE. They only charge you for each one. That sucks because it's so fucking bare bones. It feels like the meme with SpongeBob, but he's like, he takes, like, all the fucking shit off the Krabby Patty. He's like, no pickles. Utter shit. Whatever the fuck he says. You know what I mean if you've seen the meme. And obviously the episode of SpongeBob, but you know what I mean. It's basically just the fact that, it's very bare bones and not good. But yeah, I'm excited for it. Like for the future. I'm playing Doomfist, still love Doomfist, even though he's not the best right now, I would say. He's very much lacking compared to other heroes. But I'm still enjoying him. And I'm gonna keep enjoying him, honestly. I don't really care. I don't play meta. I don't care for meta. It's not a thing that bothers me. If a character's the best or not, I play what I like because I enjoy them. Um, yeah, it just doesn't matter if a character's the best or not. I just want to play the character because they're fun. And believe me, I'm enjoying Doomfist because he's fun. He may not be good, but he's fun. Um, and yeah, like I honestly right now the only issue with the game is how badly they're charging for shit. There's like $25 skins. You're paying $25 for one skin. It doesn't even look that good. Like a lot of the skins I've been seeing that they're charging for aren't even good. They're just so fucking shit. Like how can you charge like $25 for a fucking like a tracer skin that looks like a fucking Karen? Like the nerve. That is so much money. That's more expensive than one of the DLCs. Like, if you want to play the PvE modes, that's more expensive than the PvE modes. That is so insane. How are you going to charge more money for a skin, a thing that changes your appearance, than the actual content of the game? Like, if anything, that's a good thing, because I'm paying less for, the actual fun part of the game. But at the same time, it's like Overwatch used to make that for free. And if it weren't for free, because it's not guaranteed you would get that stuff back in the past, at least you could, like, get the chance to, like, earn it. You could earn at least some free things. Now, you can't earn shit. You literally can't get nothing in this game for free anymore. You gotta pay so much money now, it is insane. You gotta pay a lot too. It's like it's crazy. Like look at the shop. Like after this game, I will show the shop if I remember. But balancing, it's fine. Things are a bit just too smushy, like too spongy would probably be the best way to put it. Cause holy moly, the way you could do the craziest shit. And it's like yeah, um, it's weird. It's hard to explain. It's God, I don't know. Everything's really spongy. It takes the time to kill is insane. How long it takes sometimes. Like you could see me, like I could get a fully charged punch with Doomfist, like all 4 of my shotgun fist shots into them, do a ground pound from max height, increase the damage, whatever the fuck it does, do an ultimate, and people will still live at basically half health. It's like holy moly. Like, can I get a buff and damage? Like this is Doomfist. I feel like I'm using the fucking like the foam fist, like the foam Hulk fist. It's so bad. Also, because I wasn't there for Ramatra, even though I want Ramatra, I've been doing the challenges, which is basically get 35 wins. And if I get 35 wins, I will be able to play Ramatra, which is something I really want to do, because I really do like Ramatra. I've liked him since they revealed him in Overwatch 1. I like Omnics. Omnics are just cool, if I'm being honest with you. Also, my recharge abilities take so long. It is insane how long it takes to do shit. Um, but yeah. Yeah, I like Omnics. I'm excited to see like the Omnic characters or like more Omnic characters that they've released them. Like Bastion's an Omnic, Ramatra's an Omnic, Zenyatta's an Omnic. I like all those type of characters. I like the robot guys. The robot guys are cool, but I'm excited. I'm honestly just excited. This shit looks fun, or like he looks fun. He is fun, honestly. The guy's cool. The guy's got a fucking staff. He can become better Doomfist because he's got a better fist than Doomfist. Sadly, fucking Doomfist doesn't have the best fist in the game. Imagine that. The guy dedicated to it. The guy's name is Doomfist, and he doesn't punch the hardest. Does that make sense? Who I don't know who thought of that in the Overwatch team, but especially because they made him a fucking tank now, which is dumb. But yeah. Besides all my complaints, I'm having a good time. Like right now, I wouldn't be playing this right now if I wasn't enjoying my time. Like, I don't need to win every game to have a good time. I know a lot of people who, like, talk about Overwatch are like, oh, I can't win. It's like, yeah, it's not about the win. Overwatch does not have the community for you to care about winning. The game's practically dead. It has such a fucking small community now compared to what it used to have. This game doesn't have the community for you to care about if you're gonna win or not. Just play the game and get kills. Have fun. Because, you know, it's not where it was before. You're not gonna enjoy it that way anymore. Yeah, I guess that's it for that topic. Let's talk about the next one. Clash of Clans skins. Every time, I gotta talk about Clash of Clans. I love Clash. The big thing going on with Clash right now is that I believe it's Chinese New Year's. I think that's it. And, the skins for once are actually good for Chinese New Year's. I've never liked this Chinese New Year skins. I thought they were always shit. Like the one with the tiger thing, that was very horrible. I didn't like that skin. That skin sucked. But this year, holy fuck, what they did this year is insane. Because it's Year of the Dragon. They're all based off of not the Electro Dragon, funny enough, which people thought it was going to be based off leaks. It's based off a Water Dragon, which is really interesting because especially if you've seen like the picture from like the intro to the game, it looks cool. That might be a new troop they add. I'd be hyped if they added a new troop like a Water Dragon, especially because that's such a unique design. Especially like they don't even have to add it to like the base Clash. It could be added to like what do you call it? It could be added to the funny mode, the builder base. If they want to do it there, they could add it to the builder hall, the giant base one. That'd be sick. I would love that personally, especially because it would make sense for like a bigger enemy. The dragon in that picture is fucking huge. It's way bigger than yeah, it's way bigger than the Electro Dragon. I think every dragon in Clash, even the Golden Dragon thing, it's just huge. Big boy. It is a big boy, let me tell you. And it looks cool. The skins look cool too, especially the King is the best skin. Without a doubt, the King is the best skin. I wish the King was the Battle Pass skin, but unfortunately he isn't. The skin for the Battle Pass is unfortunately the Champion. But the Champion is also good. I would say she's the third best looking skin right now in the game. I love the Champion skin. I was praying that between the two, because I knew it wasn't going to be the King. Unfortunately, I knew it wasn't going to be the King. I knew it was either going to be the Queen, the Warden, or the or honestly just anyone else. I knew it wasn't gonna be the king because the first month of the year was the king already, so they don't usually do the king twice in a row. That's just not how it goes. So I already knew we weren't gonna get that, but I was happy to see it was the champion because if it wasn't the champion, I was hoping for the warden because the warden looks amazing. The worst of the 4 skins is definitely the queen. She doesn't look the best. I'll be completely honest with you. I don't like how the queen looks for that skin. That skin is very mid. I'm not a fan of it. I was very much saddened by how the queen looked in that skin. I thought it was very mid. Um, I'm hoping honestly that they do, I don't know, something else besides that one. Or I say something else. I hope that they, I don't know. I don't really know what I'm hoping for, if I'm being honest with you. I just don't want the, shit, I was a little distracted there. But, yeah, I'm just hoping that, if anything, do not make the, because apparently there's going to be an event thing. They're going to do their event things they do. You know, the funny events where where basically they, let's go, we won. They're going to be doing, like, kind of like the Christmas event and the, Halloween event that we basically get to do all these challenges and shit, and then we get a funny game. Then we get a funny skin, or recently with the Christmas one, they gave us the new hero ability, the gauntlet. Also got player of the game, huge. I don't want them to put hero equipment in there again, because I just don't think it's good for the game if they keep doing it like that, especially if they keep, like, charging people afterwards. So I'm hoping they don't do that, because that's honestly just really bad. But, I don't know. I hope at least with the, I hope that, I don't really know what I don't know what to hope for. I'm just hoping that they do the right thing, if I'm being honest with you. Whatever that's gonna be, when it comes to, making things better. We'll see. Just don't put it in the don't put it in the thing again, because they're gonna charge gems. I don't think you should charge gems for something that could change how good someone is. The game shouldn't be pay to win, and it hasn't been pay to win. And this feels like it's gonna make it pay to win. It makes me nervous. Also, holy fuck! If this is a bundle, so that's fine. But let's look at singular skins real quick. This is a singular skin. So if you want this skin, and then this charm, which you're not going to see this for most of the game. Don't act like you're going to see this shit and actually care about it. Ain't no one going to care about this. Ain't no one give a shit about this. Altogether, that's 2,600. That is insane. That you have to pay $25 because that you can't just buy it because all you get is 2,200 for $20, and then it's 2,000. What do you call it? Extra $5 for the rest of it. So you have to pay $25 just to get this skin. Because I guarantee you, most people only care about the skin. And I don't like this skin. I don't care for Diva, so this doesn't really intrigue me. But, Jesus Christ, like, if you're interested in that, you have to pay that much money? That's insane. Ain't no one gonna pay for that. I'm gonna tell you right now, ain't no one gonna pay for that. Except for, like, fucking, what do you call it? Whales. Only whales will pay for that. Then the seasonal shit. Oh my fucking god. Like $40. That's a game. You could buy a game for that. Like, holy fuck. Like, don't get me wrong. This skin is amazing. I talked about the skin last night. But it is bad. It is bad. Either way, though. Yeah. And then also this is the last thing we'll talk about before we, like, move on to the next topic. These are the story missions. They're charging $15 for the story missions. Like, what the fuck? That is nuts. I would personally not pay for it. I'm not going to. Just watch them on YouTube, the cutscenes. Watch anyone pay for it that's rich. YouTubers, they got the money to pay for it. That's why they're uploading it. Let them, if people got the money to watch it, because it's not worth it. It is the most bare minimum fucking shooter kill robot enemy thing. Then if you increase the difficulty, all the difficulty adds is basically the enemies do more damage and have more health. It's like, yeah, you made them more of a sponge and you less of a sponge. It's like, great, that's not worth it. But yeah, actually, that's kind of it. I don't really have anything else to talk about. Yeah, I think that's it for the Igloo. If anything, one last thing. I want to show you guys this real quick, because Bauga. I love Bauga. I'm going to be trying to get him next. He's really cool. But, yeah. That's it for me. I appreciate everyone that listened to the whole thing. If you're new or old, thank you. And, yeah. Have a good day.